Hey everyone, it's Kevin from GetKevInsight.com. I'm so sorry, I'm at the end of a cold. My energy is back, but my voice, for some reason today, is like down the crapper. So bear with me today. I had a couple of visions. This morning, I did a video on that that's already out on YouTube. And I wanted to talk about what this is and dive a little deeper because I heard collective reading in my head and I'm going to do the best I can. I hope that you can hear me okay. And I apologize again for this voice. So the first thing that I want to discuss is during meditation today, I felt like labored breathing. I felt like I have been running for a long period of time and it was very difficult for me to breathe. Almost like I ran out of breath from like working so hard. Um, I felt like this drain of energy, like you're running on empty. This is the last bit of energy left within you. The second thing that I saw the second thing that I saw in my head. Well, I felt that, but the first thing I saw in my head was a dog next to a grave. Now, this doesn't mean that somebody has passed away. Everything that I see or what my guides show me or I hear it in my head is all symbolic. So this doesn't mean that someone passed away. When I see a dog, it usually means loyalty. And with the loyalty, this dog is next to a grave. So something has ended. I feel like this is a relationship. This could be family. It could be a romantic relationship. It could mean a business relationship, friendship. It can mean any of those things. But I also feel like this relationship has ended. And it's almost like you are so loyal to this person that you are willing to almost feel as though you're what's the word I'm looking for? Desperate to hang on to this relationship. Perhaps this relationship was like part of your identity. Maybe it made you feel like a piece of you was removed and now you feel extremely lost. What's interesting, however, is I wasn't sure what type of relationship this was. I don't know if this was a positive or negative relationship that you had, that you were so attached to. But then the song from Rihanna, SOS, came on, and only the first two lines stuck in my head over and over and over again, repeated. SOS, please someone help me. It's unhealthy for me to feel this way. So again, SOS, please someone help me. It's unhealthy for me to feel this way. Now, when I'm hearing the word unhealthy, this is telling me a toxic, unhealthy relationship that you were attached to for quite some time. And this relationship has ended. Now, speaking from experience, and my ex will tell you the same thing, is that when we were in a relationship together, it was not a healthy relationship on either side. But, 12 years of our lives were built around this relationship. Families that we were connected to, friendships we were connected to, and, our surroundings, the house, the dogs, the everything, right? It becomes part of our identity. And when that ends, this identity that we connected with, that we felt was forever, that we were going to have that identity, immediately is lopped off. It's almost like, here's a knife, here's the cord, or scissors, whatever you want to call it, it's lopped off. And immediately we feel lost. This loyalty that we felt for so long is no longer necessary, but we feel a piece of us is missing. So when I saw this dog, and it reminded me of this video of on social media of this dog that came back day after day to lay or sit next to its owner or parents grave. And it's heartbreaking because this was the dog's identity. This was its parents. This was its father. It was a man that passed. This was its father who had passed away. It was the only thing that it knew. And now it's gone. And so it still remained loyal even after the relationship had ended. And that's what I'm feeling here. I'm feeling like even though this was a toxic relationship for the both of you, there's something in you that still wishes that it was happening. Almost like you still feel loyal to this relationship that's no longer. And we have to remember that unhealthy relationships are only in our minds because it's familiar, and it kept us going for so long. But it doesn't mean that it kept us going in a healthy way for so long. It's a toxic attachment. Let's dive into some cards, and we're going to find out what we can find. If the devil card pops out in here somewhere, which is attachment, negative attachment, I won't be surprised. So let's see what they have to say. I've prepped all the decks already. Let's go. So spirit guides and spirits, the light at the highest frequency and for the collective's highest good. Can you please give me what you want to speak to? I'm hearing two cards. Okay, so let's dive in and see what you would like to discuss today about this unhealthy, loyal relationship that's ended. I'm hearing healing needs to happen. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, so the first thing, I'm going to block off these words because they could be offensive to people. But it basically says F you on it. And it's this rebel woman. Okay. And I also have another card, which I will get to, which is rest and the need for self-care. Now, this is exactly what we're talking about when we talk about detaching from a toxic attachment, is that there's a period of self-care that must happen. First, we need to understand that it's over, and it was over for our own good on both sides, okay? It's over for our own good, and it's time to move on. And the only way to move on is to heal, and that's going to be self-care. And this rebel is really interesting because they're just doing whatever they got to do. They're doing whatever they got to do to get by. And it's not selfish to think of yourself in this moment. What do I need in this moment to heal? Therapy, EMDR is great. Treatment is great for that. Talking to friends, journaling. I'm seeing journaling. Anything that's going to help, it involves self-care. There is this ending here that has happened, but you're unable to detach yourself from it. So let's dive into some more. Let's dive into an energy here and see what they've got to say. So spirit guides and spirits light at the highest frequency and for the collective's highest good. Can you please give me the energy for this reading, please? Again, I'm so sorry for my voice. Hope you can understand what I'm saying. Yes. We had this card the other day, but this is for a different purpose. I have meander. So right now, you almost feel lost. It's this lost feeling. This person was a piece of you, and it was almost like you two were attached at the hip, and they almost were a part of your identity. And the problem is we can't allow ourselves to become the identity. Our own identity cannot be with someone else. We are our own person as individuals. Our identity is who we are. Our relationship that we're in is not who we are. It is a part of us, but it's not who we are. Okay? And when you believe that this person is attached, like they are a piece of you, then once that person is gone in whatever way, whether it's a divorce or a breakup, once that person is away, you immediately feel lost. A piece of you is now missing. because you have placed those people within you, and they become a part of you. And then when they're gone, you are missing a huge chunk of who you are. You almost have to relearn who you are as a person. That's what comes down to when we should want to be in a relationship, not need to be in a relationship. Because a want is that you are an individual who would love to share their time with another person in a healthy way. When you need someone, that is when you are attached to that person, because without them, you feel like you can't do it on your own. They are giving you what you need to survive. And that's not where we want to be. That's not healthy. Okay? When you want someone, it's not like you don't meander and lose yourself when things don't work out. When you want someone, did I say that? Wow, my cold brain is acting up. So when you want someone, you're not lost. You're still your own individual self. When you need someone, that is when they are gone out of the picture, that is when you just don't know where to go. And you just kind of feel like you're in a maze that never ends. Okay? And it's time to rediscover yourself through self-care and be this rebel. Take care of yourself. Be this rebel. This rebel is you now. Discover who you are. Rediscovery. This is what I'm hearing. Rediscovery. Okay? All right, let's see what kind of karmic thread we need to heal from in this moment, what we need to do in this moment. So spirit guides and spirits light at the highest frequency and for the collective's highest good, can you please give me the karmic thread that you would like the collective to know they've got to work on today? It feels very cluttered, very lost. It feels kind of messy. Just things feel all over the place here. All right, we have see the karmic reflection. Every person you meet reflects something within yourself. Learn from what they mirror back to you. Perhaps you were with someone because you didn't have self-worth. That person may have made you depend on them because they made, and in doing so, made you feel worthy. You were getting validation from external circumstances rather than getting it from yourself. Okay? That's needing a relationship. Needing to be with someone is because you don't have that self-worth, self-validation. You need it from somebody else. We don't want that. We want the opposite of that, where you can give your own self-validation, where you give your own self-worth, because you are worthy. You are worthy. Okay? I want you to say that to yourself. You are no longer in this relationship for your own benefit. Okay? For your own benefit. Because it's time to rediscover who you truly are, so that when you're with someone, you know if you are with them because for the right reasons or with them for the wrong reasons. And then when you discover, oh, I'm with this person, makes me feel like makes me feel insecure about myself. They're not needed in your life. And you know that when you have that self-worth. So this was a big lesson for you. This relationship was a huge lesson, important lesson for you to learn from. It's important that we learn from these lessons, these experiences that we have in our life. We shouldn't judge them because it was important for you to go through it. Because now that you know what it feels like to be in a relationship where you have to get your self-worth, self-validation from somebody else, now you know, oh, that doesn't work for me anymore. I am my own person. I am my own individual. No one is going to take a piece of me. I am whole myself. I don't need anyone. I am whole already. And that's going to be super important for you to remember in this process of healing. I'm seeing the death card in my head, and the death card is, something really major in your life ending, and now having to go through a journey to get on the other side of that mess. That it's a process, but it's a process that you need to start right now. You still feel loyal to this person. You still feel like, oh, I still wish, if I was still with them, maybe my life would still be okay. But would it? Would it still be okay? Would you still need validation from somebody else, from the other person? Would you still need to get your worth from the other person? And if the answer is yes, it's not healthy. Okay? So it's time to look at yourself in the mirror and know that you are worthy, and you don't need anyone else. You are a strong individual, and all you got to do is heal from what has happened. And you can do it. I know you can do it. But this self-learning process is going to be super important for you to be able to move forward. And that's a great thing. So don't judge yourself through this process. That's going to be important. Don't judge yourself. This was a good lesson for you to learn. And it was meant to be learned. Soul contract wise, it was meant to always be learned. So it's not a waste of time. This was really good knowledge. But you got to be honest with yourself through self-reflection. This is the time to do it. Self-care as well, which we talked about. Okay. Good. Let's dive into some tarot cards. And again, once you're on this path to healing and being an individual, finding your inner strength, your inner worth, inner validation, you won't be lost anymore. You're not going to feel lost anymore. I'm hearing that. Instead, you're going to go straight, right there. Instead of going blah, blah, blah over here, you're just going to straight up. You're going to see the path. It's going to be much clearer to you. And that's amazing. All right. Let's dive into some tarot. So spirit guides and spirits led at the highest frequency and for the collective's highest good. Can you give me 3 cards for the message and 3 cards for clarification, please? Thank you so much. Sending you so much love and gratitude and light. Thank you. You won't be lost for long. I'm hearing that now. You will not be lost for long. Trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in the process. You were meant to go through this for a purpose. And it's not a bad thing. It's a learning process. We're in Earth school. We're learning, You can't beat yourself up. You have to give yourself grace. Self-care. Doing things that make you happy right now. Focus in on yourself, not on the other person, because that's a done deal. Okay? I don't see that happening again. And it shouldn't, because they're not right for you. You deserve someone who's going to treat you with equal respect. And that is the most important. No one is above you. No one should be on a pedestal above you. You are on equal playing field when you're in a relationship. Okay? Don't put someone above you. Okay? All right. Yeah. Okay. We're chatting here. We're going to chat. This pain is really the 8 of Swords. This is a little bit of a prison that you created for yourself. It's all mind thoughts, okay? You thought that you couldn't live your life without this person. You thought that you weren't able to make it on your own. You thought that this person was the answer to your prayers, your thoughts. But all it did was tie you up. You tied yourself up. You blindfolded yourself so that you couldn't see it. You went through life kind of hum. I did it too. Okay? I did it too. I've been there. And it's easy to do because it feels familiar. So you tie yourself up, you blindfold yourself, you deal with the storm that's pouring on you, and you feel like you're imprisoned. But the great thing about this card that I talked about before in different readings is that this person had these ties are loose. There's an opening, a big opening here between the swords. So her prison cell isn't fully closed. It's open. She can walk out at any time. The blindfold is loose. All of this, all she needs to do is just wriggle her way out of these ropes, remove this headband, this blindfold, and she'll see, oh, I could have walked out of this all along. So it's time to wake up to the fact that you are super strong, super worthy, and that it's okay to understand that you were loyal to the wrong person. It's okay to know that. You should know that. It's important. But by being loyal to that kind of person, this negative person in your life, you've learned a valuable lesson that's going to help you understand that you're not going to give your loyalty to just anyone. You're going to give your loyalty to someone who deserves your loyalty. Right? I believe it. Okay. But all this is going to take patience. It's going to take patience and healing. This is about healing and patience. Don't jump into another relationship this soon. It's not the right time. Heal first. Take care of self-care first. Become your own person first. Realizing that you don't need anyone. You can want them in your life, but you don't need anybody in your life. And that once you get to that point, you're going to realize, oh, I can now have a healthy relationship that is equal. Okay? Great. The good thing is that once you heal yourself. I had the Fool card. There's a new journey coming. This new chapter is about you. What do you want? What are your dreams? What are your goals? What do you wish for yourself? And it's not needing someone else, right? What do you want for your life? What excites you? Okay? So this is coming. This is in the new chapter. But healing happens first. Healing happens first, and then this journey begins. A dog might be significant here too. I don't know if you're getting a dog or if you just got a dog, but I feel like a little companion is going to be helpful to you. A little buddy is going to come into your life to give you some much needed self-care. Okay? And love. But you need to start loving yourself too. And I feel like that's going to help. You got to say you have these decisions. There's a lot to take care of. In your mind, you're like, okay, this whole thing has ended, right? And I've got so much to do. Maybe you have to move out. Maybe then you have got to find a place. Maybe you have to prioritize different insurances, getting new ones. Maybe it's getting a new car because your other one was not your own. Whatever it is, I want you to make a checklist of all the things you need to do. I need you to prioritize it from the things you need to do immediately and things you don't have to do right away. And start working down the list one thing at a time. And that way, when you do it one thing at a time, it's not going to feel so overwhelming. All right. So everything is possible. I did it. I didn't think I could. When I when I got divorced, I was left to fend for myself. I had to find a place to live. So luckily my parents allowed me to move back in. I had to get new insurances. I needed to do all of these things. And I was very overwhelmed and I felt like I couldn't do it. I didn't think it was possible. And now, years later, that was in 2022. So 4 years ago. And then 4 years later, I now have an amazing, incredible man who is my equal. We're equal to each other. No one's on a pedestal. We bought a home together. Everything and anything is possible as long as you heal from it, reflect, and then know your worth. That you are worthy. Because I don't need this man that I have in my life. I don't need him in my life. But I want him in my life. There's a difference. I know that individually I could live on my own and everything would be great because I am an individual as well. But I want him in my life and it's incredible. And we support each other equally. It's give and take all the time. And it's amazing because that's what it's supposed to be, that support. It's someone to lean on, that when you need it, that you're your bestest friend. You know what I'm saying? It should be healthy. It's a healthy connection, not attachment, connection. I'm already whole. I'm a whole person. He is already a whole person. And we're just coming together, joining our wholeness, celebrating our wholeness together. He's not a piece of me. Okay? This was a very, very intense reading. I hope that you could understand everything I said. I'm trying. Believe in yourself. Look at your reflection in the mirror and know that you are worthy. You do have incredible value. You're so valuable to this world. As an individual, you're incredible. You're needed in this world, and you have so much value, so much worth. And I'm sending you so much strength and love. But the first thing that you need to do is you need to start to heal. You need to heal from this. And that's with therapy, journaling, venting to your friends and family, whatever it takes to heal. It's time to do it. A mixture of everything. Do it all. You're doing it for yourself because you deserve it. Okay? I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, especially if you're on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube in my community. And also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm sending you so much love, strength, and healing. And I hope that you have an amazing day because you're worth it. All right, take care. Bye.